He goes and sees that son of a bitch about once a week or once every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan of the Kyle.
Yeah, I'm lucky. We've got a really good chiropractor, and he does excellent work. So
Well, good.
so yeah, it's feeling a little bit better. Just like you said, just sore, and have to be careful how I move, or else it'll completely lock up on me again. So
Yeah, don't do things to make you cough or
right.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
no good jokes.
Right. Yeah. Nah, yeah. Back problems are a pain in the ass. Fucking literally.
Yeah. Well, hemorrhoid problems are literal pain.
That's yes. Yeah. That's true. I guess things could be worse.
Oh yeah, you could have hemorrhoids and lower back pain, so you couldn't sit on the donut or regular.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna
Got
fuck something up no matter how you sit down.
gotta gotta keep positive
Yeah,
and look on the bright side.
yeah, yeah. At least nobody's doing sadistic stuff to you.
Right.
Yeah. Could be one of the people we end up ransoming off in one of your games. Those guys got to have a terrible life of it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
Sure you do. Sure you do.
Well, it's not personal, but you gotta do it right.
Right.
Well, I mean, especially like in Drenex, it's a fine line. You need to do some outlandish shit. You got to get that reputation up.
Oh,
Uh,
completely. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
well, and not only that, but it's a fine line. You got to get your reputation up as, being worthy pirates, because if you don't, then the other pirates are going to make fun of you and ignore you.
right.
And at the same time, you don't want to push that line too far, because you don't want that much. Well, you certainly don't want the level of heat that you guys have generated. You kind of went over.
Well, it made us notorious. I'll admit that, but it got our name out there really well. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to think anywhere in the Trojan Reach, people had to have heard about how we hit their Corvette and laughed at them and just kind of skirted away instead
Oh,
of,
completely.
yeah, you you can't you can't do that. I mean, it would be the same as someone hit like a Russian aircraft carrier or something
Right.
today. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Well,
someone.
what back in I believe it was in the mid '90s, where that those Nigerian pirates ran a boat uh, full of explosives into the side of a destroyer, a U.S. destroyer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
I mean,
and that pirate clique made a name for itself until it was eradicated.
right until the U.S. government came in and just you know got rid of
Yeah,
them.
well, yeah, you got to hit that fine line. You want it just before they send everybody to come kick your ass, but then you need to find an avenue to make them go okay. It was just like the U.S. government. You can piss them off today, but if you can be of good use for them tomorrow, they'll forgive that shit.
Well, yeah, and there is that as well. You know, your enemy today might be your somebody that you're providing arms and medicine for tomorrow.
That's right.
It's all fluid.
Yeah, it's just politics. It's
Yep.
nothing personal. That's why we don't bicker about who kills who.
Oh, we do.
Is that why?
You what?
Is that why we don't bicker?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
they do bicker a lot, but it seems like especially the American public has a very short memory. and a very short attention span. As an example, there was I got into an argument with this guy on Twitter. It was about Critical Role. Their new deal with D&D Beyond is that you can get all of Critical Role's adventures and supplements directly through D&D Beyond now. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking fantastic. I mean, this here is proof that Critical Role is in bed with WotC. They signed that contract. And this guy's trying to say, oh, well, this contract was probably signed long ago. I'm like, that's horseshit. We know exactly when they signed the contract. They signed it in that the first 2 weeks of February, when WotC had the super secret third-party creator summit, where all these guys were brought in. They were basically told to sign an NDA, and then they revealed to them the new OGL, where WotC was going to fuck everybody. And if you signed the contract that day, Kickstarter would give you an extra 5% cut on the royalties that WotC wouldn't take from them.
If I was making millions off of stuff and they gave me an inside line, I mean, that's hard to walk away from.
No, I agree.
That's a lot of fucking money.
But
you can't go and say that you're all about fucking, you can't straddle the fence.
And the guy's response was,
yeah, we're wizard guys.
Well, the guy's response was, we don't know that the contract was signed in February. I'm like, the fuck we don't. We do know it was confirmed by the head of gaming for Kickstarter. We know exactly when these assholes signed the fucking contracts. And the thing that gets me is I'm 100% for, Critical Role is going to do what's best for Critical Role. And if that means making buckets of cash from idiots that are going to purchase products from Wizards of the Coast, then more power to them. I get it. But don't at the same time go out, and of course this is the funny thing too, is that Critical Role has never come out and said that Wizards of the Coast are great people. They haven't done that, but all of their supporters make it sound like Matt Mercer is the second coming of Christ. He is the Dungeons and Dragons Jesus, and that's bullshit. He's not. He is not this immensely fantastic human being. Critical Role is in it for themselves. Matt Mercer is in it for himself. He's making money. It's all about cash. And
he did a lot in the aspect of
about the money. I just don't like the presentation of it.
Right.
Well, I mean, he did a lot to the community as far as getting a lot of people to come in. He got a lot of people. His Critical Role show, whether you like it, love it, hate it, what the fuck ever. Even though it even didn't really start out as a D&D thing. Anyway, he got a lot of people wanting to play tabletop games.
Yes, he did.
And that means something. So
that is good. You're right. That is definitely good.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily know that it's good. Having D&D be the current popular thing that every plebeian goes out and wants to play, I don't necessarily view as a good thing. I personally, there were plenty of players before, and I personally liked it better when role-playing games was a niche for the fucking true nerds, and people made fun of us.
But it's not like the true nerds are losing their place in it, just like with comic books before. The true comic book heads are still there. It's just now you've got a lot of other people that are casual fans. But among casual fans, you find new hardcore fans as well.
Occasionally, yeah.
Well, I mean...
Isn't it mostly because of Stranger Things, though? That's what I always got.
Well, Stranger Things definitely boosted it. Yeah, I mean, no doubt.
Stranger Things, yeah. But I played in a game store at an open table that anybody could do, and I did it for a long time, and by far, I'm talking about 80% of the people that would come sit at the table were all Critical Role this, Critical Role that, critical. I mean, they were just huge fucking fans, and it's not like they were all the same clique of people. I mean, these were roller derby girls and fat, overweight, old, retired men, and just every mix in between. And without a doubt, the one thing that got them all was, they'd all had, a lot of them had Critical Role experiences. They weren't, all, fanboys or girls of it necessarily, but it's what got them to come looking around or poking around to talk about the Critical Role. And
I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it either.
I don't I mean, I've watched it. So when I worked at the optical lab, there's a fucking boring job, and so I used to have actual plays going in my head, in my earbuds, and so I watched a couple of episodes via I don't know, I guess YouTube, whatever. And it was okay. I mean, I don't know. It was definitely one of the higher production valued actual plays. But I also I do really like the Legend of Vox Machina animated series. The 2 seasons is absolutely fantastic. It's a good story.
I saw the first one. I can say that I enjoyed watching it, but it it was really big on the you can't just go cliche,
right, and every
right,
and that show, I mean, that Vox Machina it hits all of the cliche tropes, every single fucking one. What was that?
You got a circle or something going in your loopy maybe. I don't know.
But
audio.
not on my end. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I mean, like I said, Vox Machina hits all of it. It's a fun thing to watch. The biggest problem that I have with all, and we'll call them what they are fucking tourists that have been brought in, as opposed, because now role playing, well, D&D is the big current thing. The fact of the matter is that these assholes go out, for some reason they spend a ton of money buying the books, and then they never fucking read them. And then want to tell everybody, well, you could play the game however you want. Well, then why did you buy the fucking book? It's one thing to house rule things, but if you're never reading the rules, you're not playing the game.
I think that's the bad side of the community, is so many people assume, if you're discussing rules, then you've got to discuss the rules. And if you and your perfect little side gig has its own house rules or homebrew rules or whatever, cool. But don't argue it as if everybody's got to accept the fucking rinky-dink little, you got to, okay.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with home rules, because I mean, I do. I make you, you take a point of exhaustion in my game when you hit 0 hit points.
Right.
You fucking yo all you want. You're gonna be a tired motherfucker taking hits because you're fucked up. You just got your ass kicked. And I like. I stole this from Critical Role even without watching. I just heard about it. Is the bonus action drink a potion? I think that's cool. Yeah. Use an action or a bonus action to drink your potion. Let you're fucking down in a potion. I mean, I can do a Jello
like
shot.
Arguing about the rules is like a favorite play of the game.
Right. Yes.
It's a chunk of it for sure.
Well, and then you hear some of these.
If you have never argued about a rule, have you really played? Is my question.
Right,
yeah,
right,
for real. You're
exactly.
Just like, okay, yeah, you gotta advocate a little.
Well,
bit.
and it's funny because you see this all the time too. They'll bring up something, say, well, we should really, add a house rule, or they should add it to the player's handbook, a rule for X. It doesn't matter. They'll come up with something, and 9 times out of 10, my response is that's already in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Or that's already in the player's handbook. This is proof that you didn't fucking read it. So, there's more to the player's handbook than reading the section on how to play a Tiefling Warlock. Sorry, but that's the truth. There's more meat there than,
You need it more than you need the Dungeon Master's Guide.
The Dungeon Masters, the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide is the most useless book I have in my entire library. I will say there is some good stuff in there, but comparing it to the 1st edition Dungeon Master's Guide, or even the 2nd edition Dungeon Master's Guide, there is no comparison. It is...
Because they had rules in those books.
Right.
Now the Player's Hand Guide has all the rules in it. The Dungeon Master's Guide has...
optionals.
Yeah, a bunch of optional shit. Some tables that you want.
Right. And magic items.
Yep.
That's the only section of that book that I really ever used. And it particularly irritated me because you would get to something where you get to a point where you're like, well, I need to know something about one of the planes. You know, tell me something about one of the planes. And what you got out of the DMG, if you were lucky, was maybe half a page of information, and that's it. And I'm like, this is useless.
And shit.
Yeah.
Slime mold, brown mold, black mold, whatever. The hazards, environmental hazards that you can get out of the Dungeon Master's Guide are useful.
Well, yeah, the stuff on the molds should have been in the Player's Handbook. I don't know why that was relegated to dungeon hazards. In the old days, green slime was in the monster manual. Yeah. I mean, fucking stupid. Anyways. God, I hate... I really hate 5th edition.
Yeah, we're playing a different game today.
Yes, we are. So, welcome to Braunhaven. We will be using old school essentials rules, and the really real D&D, not that 5th edition bullshit. But we will be picking up where we left off last week. These guys decided to... I'm not gonna lie, you guys derailed my campaign a little bit and decided to go towards the ruins of Castle Braun. You guys want to check out Castle Braun, and I am 100% here for that. So, you have...
I think that's what we were doing. I could feel you like, are you sure you don't want to do this other thing? We're like, nope, that's not what we want to do. You're like,
no, that's fine. It is. I run especially, and actually my Traveler games are getting more and more like this, but I'm 100% open world, so you guys can go where you want. And I'll let Jesus take the wheel.
I go a different way with it, and I try to advocate for where the biggest treasure pile is.
Oh, there's stuff in here. Yeah. There is stuff in here.
Yeah, and Alora, or Mavis, there's no really telling what might motivate her on a given day. A lot of times it's humanitarian or storyline driven. But,
so,
I mean, this might have been a pretty... Yeah, this was random, right? I really want to go there and check that out.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are probably... If you explore the ruins in their entirety, there's, like I said, a lot of really good shit in here. There is the likelihood, though, that you will get some stuff, and you'll be like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? What does it even do? But you can always go back and get the information later, which is peppered throughout the hex map. So, anyways, we will be picking up there. You guys have traveled for, I think it was like 2 days, and you are approaching the ruins.
Before what you're saying?
You what?
So we're rested, is what you're saying?
Yes. So, yeah. So you guys can get back.
Don't forget we have a witch.
Ooh. So yeah, what is her bonus? Is it?
She doubles.
It. So you guys can get back 12.
Dang.
Up to 12 hit points, assuming that you were down that far. I don't think anybody was.
All right.
All right. So before we get started, we would like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They are just products that we really like. And today, we would like to thank Dogmight Games. Dogmight Games makes beautiful wooden tabletop accessories for your RPGs, such as wooden DM screens, wooden dice vaults, dice towers. They have this really cool thing called the Player Vault that kind of functions as a case for holding your dice and mini and maybe a pen. It's got a rolling tray in it, and on top is a magnetic plexiglass screen that is etched with your choice of character sheet. Or you can write notes on it with a wet erase pen. You can track spell points or spell slots. You can track hit points, death saves, things of that nature. It is really cool, and all of their items can be customized. Excuse me. All of their items can be customized, and if you order something that's customized, it will usually ship in about 6 to 8 weeks from time of purchase. But they also have a bunch of items that they keep in their inventory stock. So if you're in a bit of a hurry, or it's a gift idea and you don't know how whoever you're ordering for would customize it, you can just order directly from their in-stock inventory. And those items usually ship in 1 to 2 business days. We do have a code that is good for a 10% discount on everything on their website. When you go to checkout, just go ahead and put in the code FRIEND in all capital letters, and that will net you a 10% discount. If you like our Braunhaven game or any of our other 2 Traveler games, or you just like hearing us bullshit back and forth and you want to support the channel, we have a merch store down in the description down below. It is via Zazzle. We have a couple of T-shirts on there, one with the pirate flag from Wednesday night's Pirates of Drynax campaign. We have the original core group for the Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company. Their group is called the Wayward Bastards, and we've got that shirt on there. There is a fleece blanket that comes in 3 different sizes. The small one is a great size if you're wanting a baby blanket, and it's super soft. And it is printed with the map of the Glostian Empire. It's a pretty cool. I know that their fleece blankets are a little bit expensive. I tried to keep it as low priced as possible, but the large blanket is. I mean, it should cover a good size of, I would say, at least a full size bed, maybe a queen. It's quite large.
So speaking of babies, if we wanted to buy a baby blanket for Billy, would there be a way for us to find out his address and give it to him? Because that would be a really nice.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'd like to get him something.
That's an awesome idea. Cool. Yes. So I fully endorse that idea. Maybe we can all chip in and I will cute, I will get Billy's address, him and CL, and we can send him a baby blanket.
Hooray.
That's a fantastic idea.
It's funny because I was thinking it, and she's like, "Why don't we do it as a whole?" I'm like, "Yay, that's even better than me."
I feel like such a garbage human because that idea didn't even cross my mind. We also have on the site button pins because I don't know, people like pins. Who'd have thought? But
people watching could breed and have their friends buy baby blankets.
That's true, yeah. I mean, and let's be honest. Everybody likes breeding. Yes, I mean,
y'all need to get to fucking.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Sir, I like practice breeding, sir. I like to practice breeding.
Practice breeding, yes. So we've got the button pins. This is the Greenwater Mercantile and Adventuring Company pin, and then this is the Pirates of Drynax pirate flag pin. And so, the pirate flag design was made by our wonderful Cameron, who's playing Mavis and Alora. And so 100% of those proceeds go directly back into the channel. So when we need, updates or books or what have you, that cash is available. So if you want to help support the channel, go buy a pen, buy a baby blanket, and help us. We appreciate it. So I finally got confirmation that the proof copy hardback of the Skelos Mountains has shipped. It's on its way to me, and So that book, The Skelos Mountains Atlas 1 for the Braunhaven campaign setting, will be coming out to Drive-Thru RPG very soon with print on demand. It is available already via digital PDF on Big Geek Emporium. So if you're wanting to learn some of the optional rules, such as how we are handling 0 hit points, and it has rules for weather effects and personal temperature, stuff that I extrapolated from the first edition Wilderness Survival Guide and kind of updated to throw into Old School Essentials. That's all in there, and as well as fully documenting some of the major sites in the Skelos Mountains. So check that out. It will be available print on demand. I'm really hoping within the next 2 weeks. I am crossing my fingers that I get this hard copy, and I open it up, and I'm like, yes, it is perfect, and I will be able to throw it on up there. So here's to thoughts and prayers. So. So where we left off, you guys had spent 2 days, about, I guess it would be about 2 days. So yeah, because that would be about eight and a half hexes. So yeah, so it is
perishable rations during those 2 days.
Yeah, you would want to remove 2 of the perishable rations. I assume you guys are eating those first before they go bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Whiskey, the breakfast of champions. Irish breakfast. Yeah,
I'm more partial to the Caribbean breakfast.
Whiskey's a part of the Mediterranean diet, isn't it? Oh no, that
Adderall counts.
Yeah, Adderall and Ouzo.
All right, so we've got how many people?
Can you guys hear that in the background?
I cannot.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you want to remove 2 perishable rations per character. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, or not 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 players, and Willow and Toomey.
Yeah. Okay. So
Toomey hunts while we're going along.
You could, but I mean, the perishable rations really need to be.
We got to eat them.
Yeah, because they go bad. Like, I mean, perishable rations are. I want to say they're only good for like a week. They're not. Yeah. So there's no refrigeration. There's a reason for iron rations.
Yep, that's right. So we now are down to 2 weeks of fresh rations, but we can really eat them up and get them down before they go bad.
How did you guys get so fat? You went on an adventure. Well, we've been eating two perishable rations per day, or per day. So yeah, you guys have been on basically following the Eastern Tradeway, kind of backtracking, heading back towards Braunhaven. God, I wrote it and I brain farted on the name of my own town. And there is this right here. There is this very small, very poor condition little bridge that crosses this. I guess right now it could be considered a fairly swelled river, and at points, or not, it's not a constant overwash, but you can tell that as this little runoff creek from the hills in the east, in the spring and fall months, this little river, due to rains, and in the spring due to melt, it'll swell. And this bridge, whoever built this bridge, it was probably built in the summer, and they didn't really factor in the swelling of this creek. It will occasionally spill over this bridge. And so, and as you can see, this bridge is not in very good condition. But I mean, evidently it's held good enough because it has been here for probably 300 to 400 years. But I mean, looking at it, you guys have questions. Everybody roll a d6.
Would mending work on it or not really? I was looking for the description.
So mending. So we have it here. Here is Allura's magical mending. So I would say that mending could possibly work on portions of it. So if you see that there is a hole in the middle of the bridge, you could theoretically mend that hole. If you see that there's a support pylon that is crumbling, you could mend that. But probably not the entire bridge. So it would take multiple castings to fix this bridge. But
okay,
that's a good idea.
Might be fine.
So, and I've said this before, but I would say if you in the future, I really highly recommend that everybody look through. So, on our server there is access to spells in the first edition Player's Handbook. It's in the AD&D folder. Go through those spells, and because there's a lot of spells that are missing. Like, one example, Burning Hands is a great example. So if you want to do magical research, I would draw from that first. And since you're the one who does, and I'm going to be doing this with my monthly group, the Wayward Bastards as well. And I'm going to compile all of these spells that you're doing. And at some point, and of course, if you did the research on it, you get to put your character's name on it. That is kind of historically true. That is how we ended up with things like Mordenkainen's Faithful Watchdog and Melf's Acid Arrow and Bigby's Hand and Tensor's Floating Desk. That's how those spells came to be. If you're looking for inspiration, I would go to the first edition Player's Handbook first and just see. But, ooh, somebody got it. So, Jackson, as you guys are approaching this bridge, Jackson can hear in the distance the howling of wolves. And it's about midday.
That's perfect that Jackson got that.
Right.
Which direction, Jackson?
That's a very good question.
Which direction got of the game?
Hey, Jeebus, which direction are those wolves howl? So it would be up in this direction is where you're hearing those wolves coming from. But to describe the... so this bridge is just simply known as Braun's Crossing. And the bridge has crumbling stonework. It does not look... Your visual interpretation of it, you are questioning whether it is safe to cross. At either end of the bridge, there are lampposts, and they are wrought iron with glass lamps. The glass panels on the lamps have pretty much all been busted out, and the lampposts are not lit. They're kind of rusted, and moss is growing on them. It doesn't look like anybody's lit these things in ages. This unnamed river, as I said, it swells in the fall months due to rain, and in spring months due to melt. And it has clearly, and occasionally, you know, I don't know if you've ever, I've noticed this since I was young, but like, if you go to a river and there's a clear rock, right? The water will be flowing over and around that rock, and then occasionally, for no apparent reason, it'll splash up over the top of the rock and then go back to going around it in a smooth manner. And that kind of is what happens here. Occasionally the river will just go over the top of the bridge, and it's almost like you can time it. Like you can be like, there's the splash, we have enough time to get across the bridge. And without getting super wet. It is clearly unsafe to cross.
Would you guys like to do the maneuver with the ring of water walking and the rope?
Oh, yeah.
We can just tie a rope to that tree across the thing there.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and just maybe, use it as like a guideline or something to kind of keep us all in this little area or whatever. And
yeah, that should work.
We could definitely ferry each other across, and then the last person just brings the rope with them.
Okay, so using your ring of water walking technique, you just we don't need no stinking bridge. And you guys make it across the bridge.
Yeah, we'll carry Willow.
Yeah.
Ready to keep our thing with wheels.
Oh, your cart. Yeah, the cart could, or the wagon. You've got a covered wagon and 2 draft horses.
We're gonna have to either
I thought we
sidetrack.
left those tied next to a river so they could eat and drink, and that's what I thought.
Leave them here.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I thought that was the original plan for something.
Yeah, we need to go track down those wolves if we're just gonna leave the horses here.
Agreed.
Oh, true. So true.
So,
which I don't mind doing, because if we go kill a bunch of wolves, they might have pups, and wolf pups make pets.
Right. Yes.
That they Jackson 100% agrees with you.
So your slowest, the party can move at their slowest rate, which is this. Theoretically, this probably should be a hex map, but I'm just going to go ahead with 60 feet of movement, which is the slowest exploration movement rate. So which direction do you guys want to go?
Where will the wolves?
Yeah, I'm
got you
thinking out this way, looking for the wolves.
Okay. So, allow me to open this up.
I'll be looking for traps and stuff all along the way, and listening. So okay. I can give you a couple of rolls on that if you want. In theory, I would have found any traps. We went, and no, I probably didn't hear any noise, but whatever.
I am definitely listening out for stuff now that I know that there's wolves nearby.
Okay. So,
I'm not sure I succeeded at listening though.
Yeah, no, you didn't hear shit, Jackson.
You
the question is, yeah,
did not.
I'm going to be moving as quiet as I can.
Okay, and I need to.
Oh, look at this big old map. Oh, you just zoomed in on it and let it ride.
Yep. So hold on here. Actually, well, kind of, yeah. Where did I put everybody? Here. No.
In theory, I'm moving silently.
Okay.
I'm currently in my outdoor gear, adventuring gear of +1 leather armor.
Right.
Yeah, so. Well, it's important to talk about that now.
Yeah, so we remember, what is going on. So you guys come up and you are moving through these trees, and you can see that there is a camp in the middle of the trees on the northern side of this unnamed river.
Gotta go invisible.
Okay, so you are going to go invis. I shall give you the ninja mask. And you guys can move up to your exploration movement rate to go where you decide that you want to explore.
I'm gonna leave Willow behind with the casters.
Okay.
Because all that, but I'm gonna creep, off in this direction up towards the first tent here and look inside. Hopefully, the rest of the party will either be very good at sneaking or stay back. Whatever.
So yeah, you guys move up to where your exploration movement, right?
I can't move Willow.
Oh, okay. I'll keep him with you. Here you go, Mavis. There you go. Or do you want him with Allure? Is probably the least.
That makes more sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
I don't know. Mavis has been doing pretty good bonking people with that mace.
Yeah.
Good. I can't run very far.
I did not find any traps as I approached the tent.
Okay.
I see tracks on the ground. Can I make a check for tracks?
You can, yes.
I rolled a 3. Oh, wait, no, it's 100. Not a D. Shit.
Right.
I rolled a 50.
I think that may do it. What level are you?
4.
Yeah, you exactly nailed it with 50%. So yeah, Jackson, you do see that there are numerous wolf tracks, and you see that it looks. Not only are there numerous wolf tracks, some of the wolf tracks are much larger than other ones, like 2 to 3 times the size. And so when Borman comes in, actually Jackson and Dentry, you can move your exploration movement rate as well to be where you want.
I'm moving here, but I'm also trying to signal Borman now that I've realized this, and just be like making hand gestures of hey, there are big.
Well, and keep in mind you can't see Borman.
I don't know. I'm waving around wherever the hell Borman might be.
You're just waving your hands.
I'm waving my hands in multiple directions, knowing he's probably going towards the camp because that's what he would do. I'm just
yeah. I'm kind of creeping about up front, not seeing any traps, like a good thievy scout guy.
And where does Dentry want to be?
Oh,
I'm not seeing any sign of wolves up where I am at this point.
Not quite yet. And we'll get to that as soon as Dentry moves to where he wants to be.
All right, well, I'll stay there then until then. Still got to take a look inside that tent.
Okay, so Dentry is bravely hiding behind a tree.
Not knowing what's going on, yeah, I'm waiting for him to do his
invis thing. So
yeah.
The thing that is all evident to you guys is that several of these tents are either partially or fully collapsed. The canvas is torn as though it has been shredded by something with large claws. The campfire has been scattered. The pit looks like it has been kicked and scattered across the camp. And you see that on a number of these tents, there are the canvas of the tents are bloodstained. And in this tent, you see that there are bloodstains on the bedrolls, and you can see numerous bloodstains around the camp. The tents all appear to have been attacked by something large and just torn asunder. The canvas is slashed, tent poles are broken. Jackson, roll percentage.
Oh.
Oof, 96.
Oof. Jackson's like, what the shit did this? Jackson might be thinking, is this like the result of an owlbear? I mean, the shreds and whatnot that have that you're seeing from a distance of these tents and the snap poles suggest something probably bigger than a wolf. So maybe a bear, something like that.
I'm just over here like, look, it is big. That's what I know. It's big. That's all I know.
Yeah. But hey, bears don't take treasure. So this is good.
Now knowing that like this place has been ripped to shreds, can I move characters again?
You can. You guys can. This large tent in the middle of the camp, Borman can tell, and I mean everybody can tell. This appears to have been some kind of command type tent.
Gonna go ahead and head that way then with my wonderful ability to let's do looking in traps and probably found any traps if there are. I'm moving very silently and I'm probably not hearing any noises, but I'm definitely looking about, creeping forward.
Jackson can also roll a d6.
Oh, 6.
Okay. Jackson sees nothing.
Can I make a d6 for moving silently and a d6 for
Yes, you can.
hiding?
Yes, you can. Make the d6 for moving silently, move to where you want to hide, and then make a d6 for the hiding.
Right, so roll a different one this time. Ugh. Well, I didn't move silently. I rolled a 4. Let's see if I can hide. Nope. 6.
You basically got a 50% chance, and you blew both of them.
Yeah, I know. No, like this is like, what the hell?
Where would Dentry like to move to?
Dentry is not even going to bother hiding. He's just moving out and just kind of forward.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah, like I don't. Moving silently is not his thing. He's like, look, if
Right.
there's something he wants a piece, here I am.
And what about
Two moves
Alora and Willow and
Willow's
Mavis?
just following Alora, wagging, kind of sniffing about.
I feel deaf about as much as I could. So
Yeah.
Can Toomey make a perception check?
Yeah.
Because if like it senses something crazy, it can at least kind of alert me that there's something crazy there.
Willow is paying no attention to anything, but kind of just staying with Alora and hoping that she'll give him a treat or maybe throw a stick. But
you know what Alora could do? She could make one of those fire vial thingies while I'm not doing anything else. Use a jug of liquid to pour some oil in a flask.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
yeah.
I'll just put that.
Could she have done so while we were as well for those 2 days?
I can do it once a day. So.
Yeah.
We traveled for 2 days though.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also
Not only that, but because you were traveling for 2 days, you could, and I would allow this, you could on the first day use the jug of endless liquids to refill the oil flask, because you guys used an additional oil flask. You could refill that flask, and then on the next day, the jug would be able to pour a pint of oil again.
And I believe that Alora has scribe tools in the whole kit, and you could be making scrolls with your unused spells each day.
Oh, really?
It might cost a nominal fee of something, but
yeah. Let's see here.
But there are rules for that.
Yes, I believe there are. I want to say it's probably under.
Professional.
I would. Let's see. Create items. So yeah, I would say that falls under magical research, which is on page 127 of the player's tome. As far as, let's see here, creating magic items often requires duplicating.
So is she literally like making her spell book?
Well, she could make divine spells on a scroll. It would cost 500 gold pieces per level of the spell mimicked.
Something to spend your money on.
Amen.
That's
And essentially, the nice thing about scrolls is they're a one-use item, but they don't burn spell slots. And so you could technically make 2 scrolls because you're basically burning the spell slot to put onto the scroll, and then you arrive here today, and you would have so for 1,000 gold pieces you would have 2 first-level spells on scrolls, and not have to burn spell slots. That is an
That'd be
excellent
great.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim. Or I mean, not Tim.
Oh, you can call me Ting, but nobody else. No, I'm playing. No, anybody can call me Ting. I don't give a shit.
Foreman. Yeah.
We like
I'm
everything.
Mormon. Yeah.
Ting, what Ting?
Is this huge tent up here? Is it in such disarray that you can't go in?
No, you.
Oh yeah, did Toomey?
It is not in such disarray that you can't go in. It is pretty beat up. The interior of the tent is just completely trashed. The bedrolls that are in there are completely bloodstained. You're not finding any bodies. You see a lot of blood,
bodies,
but no bodies.
I'm
Must have
really
gotten
wanting
eaten.
foot lockers and chests. No bodies is a great thing.
Toomey
No, it's not.
Toomey lays her ears back and hisses, and which actually saves you from being surprised.
Thanks, Jimmy.
As
Jackson becomes aware of the hissing and goes, "Guys, we're fucked. Guys, we're fucked."
2 wolves come out of the forest, and actually they're probably more like here. Yeah, come out of the woods, and the thing about if you've ever watched wolves, they don't growl like a dog does. They're actually quite quiet, and but they come in and they are clearly moving into a attack position. Let me.
Can I go ahead and just drop a trap down where I am and retreat?
You can on your turn.
Cool. Then I'll just roll initiative and shut the fuck up. How about that?
I'll just do this guy. Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
I agree. Look, haha. But I have pluses.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, everybody can roll initiative. There we go.
This actually makes sense this time. Toomey got a 6 because Toomey saw it coming.
Yeah.
Jackson, because he's already jacked up his whole move silently hide thing, only got not a 2 or 3. And Dentry was like, I'm ready for whatever the hell's coming, because he was right down the middle. Like, come at me, bro. So these actually make sense this time for me.
All right. So, Toomey, of course, goes first. Dentry is second. Wow, look at the big inish on Alora.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
this order makes quite a bit of sense. So what? So Toomey lays her ears back, hisses, and clearly has a bead on this wolf. What would Toomey like to do?
Toomey comes flying out of the tree straight for the wolf.
Okay.
Beeline for the wolf. Like, you ain't gonna kill my peoples.
Beware of my attack cat.
Essentially, yes, that. All right. Let's go, Toomey. 15 with a Thaco of whatever the hell Toomey's Thaco is. 18. Glad you remember that. Why do I never remember that?
I don't know. I just remember random meaningless shit. And that's stuck in my head now. I'll remember it for the rest of the campaign, even after Toomey dies.
So I'm sorry, what did Toomey get?
Toomey rolled a 15 with a Thaco of 18.
That hits.
So we tap. Only got a 2 for damage. So wait, nope. Sorry, rolled the wrong die altogether. Yeah, that's much better. I got a 5.
Wow.
I rolled a D6 and got a 1. Then I rolled a D4 and got a 4.
So I'm sorry, you did 5 points?
Yeah, 5 points of damage.
Okay, and then Toomey's next attack.
Come on. Damn it, Toomey! Rolled a 2.
All right. So Toomey only hits, just rakes across the wolf's nose in a slash.
And then does a little back.
Yeah. So if Toomey's going to do a little bit of retreat, keep in mind can only move half movement.
Yeah, not a lot, just a little, just like a.
Because that's a fighting withdrawal.
Fighting withdrawal, like just slightly because I'm flying. So I think how high up is this tree?
These trees are pretty tall.
Okay, so let's say that Toomey was like 25 feet up in the tree.
Sure.
And came down to the wolf.
And give
Pythagorean theorem said.
Give Toomey a little flying thing to show that Toomey's up in the tree. What would Dentry like to do?
Maybe like 5 feet above, like 5 feet off the ground where the wolf is.
Okay. So what would what would Dentry like to do?
Dentry will
now
move up.
Hold on before you move Dentry. There is something I want to look at. I thought there was a charge attack. Attacking. Attacking. Okay. So let's see attacking. Attacking. It's not going to show me. Oh. 1 to 20 invulnerability, attacks per round, attacks and moving. Moving and attacking may be combined in the same round. Of course it can. Charging into melee. So once per combat, so you can only do this once per encounter, a character may charge into melee and attack as follows. A character moves at least 20 feet, 20 yards in wilderness, so I suppose you could move 20 yards. Before attacking, there must be a clear run, which Dentry has. You gain a +2 bonus to attack this round. Your AC is penalized by 1, so your AC would go up by 1. And weapons that may be braced against charging monsters are also effective. Bracing is something that pole arms and spears and tridents can do. But so essentially, you could charge up to 20, and you gain a +2 bonus to your attacks, but your AC is penalized by 1.
I can't reach the creature because I only have 20 feet of movement.
Okay.
So
Where does that put you?
that won't work this time.
Oh yeah, and he's 30 feet away. So yeah, you can
Well,
move. You can move towards him, and save that as. But keep in mind, you can charge.
All right, so what I'll do is move up 10, and keeping in mind that I will be able to charge soon. So I'll move to like here, and then charge on my next turn. Damn it! Why do I always fail to click the select?
Oh, I do that constantly.
There we go.
It's gotten better over the years, but I still do it way too often. So does Gentry have any kind of? I mean, you could make a ranged attack.
I could do that. I'll use my axe that flies.
Yes.
Ugh. Alrighty. Where's my D20? Where'd you go? There you go. Where is the 12?
A 12. Holy shit! That just hit.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hey! For 7 points of damage.
Oh, well, you don't have to worry about charging because you bury that axe right into the wolf's face, and the wolf goes down.
Thank you, Toomey.
Alora, what would you like to do? Well, first of all, Alora, you can roll a d6. Okay. Never mind. What would Alora like to do?
Am I aware of wolves? You said they're not very noisy.
You're aware that there is shit going down.
Okay, I'm gonna go hide behind this tree and see what I can see.
Okay.
I think it's too far away for me to get it, if anything. It's 70 feet away.
Let us see. You're using, is that a throwing dagger that Alora's got?
Yeah.
Yeah, max throwing distance, long range is 30 feet.
Okay.
Okay. Borman, what would you like to do with your invisible self?
Gonna make a big loop with my rope, and kind of tie it around itself with a nice loose slip knot. And I am gonna hopefully draw a freehand shape. Yeah. I'm gonna right in here. I'm gonna kind of loop it about and carry the end of the rope with me.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of
I do that shit all the time.
Yeah. Just gonna kind of step right over here out of the way and hug that and hold the end of the rope. And if in theory the rope's invisible because it's in my hands. But anyway, even if it's not, whatever, it's a wolf. We'll see how it works out. I'm gonna kind of sit there and lay in wait, and when the wolf goes through the thing, I'm going to try to snag him in my snare.
Okay. That actually, you bring up a very good question. Let me see what. See, this is why you read the books. Let me see what the book has to say about that. Invisibility. It says. This is interesting.
Yeah, pull a fast one. That's what I do.
So, The caster or another. So because this is a ring, that would be you as the caster, or another creature or object within range becomes invisible. Any gear the subject is carrying is also rendered invisible. This includes clothing and armor. Items dropped or put down by invisible creatures become visible. If the subject attacks or casts a spell, the invisibility is broken, ending the spell. But here's the interesting part. So let's say that some point in the future, Alora gets the ability to cast invisible. I don't know if that's the case, but let's just pretend theoretically that can. If invisibility is cast on an object, the invisibility is permanent. That object is forever invisible. If a light source is made invisible, either a part of a creature's gear or an individual object, the light it casts is still visible. So you might cast invisibility on a permanent on a torch that makes the torch permanently invisible, but the light is not invisible because otherwise it would be useless.
Floating light.
Right? Yeah. There's just this floating light. I kind of imagine that looking like a lot of the older games, like Baldur's Gate. It's like, oh well, he's going to carry a torch, and you just see the avatar of the character walking around, and there's like a light ring around him. but there's nothing in his hand. There's just a light ring. Oh, okay, now everybody can see. Whatever.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So I would say the rope, so this snare trap that you've set up is visible, even though you're holding the rope. If that makes sense. Because it is placed on the ground.
It probably just kind of faded into visual range because there's not really a definite line of when I'm holding it or when I set it down.
Right.
Yeah, so it maybe faded in. Maybe Wolf will notice, maybe it won't. Either way, that's what I did.
Okay. Jackson L. Samuel, what would you like to do?
Jackson knows what Toomey felt to a degree and saw what Toomey saw to a degree. So I know that there's this wolf in this general area over here.
Right.
So, oh, God, ow. Sorry. Body pain.
I hear you, man. My back's been out for a week.
Agreed. I can almost get that way, so I'm going to kind of run out. I did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna run out here and then keep running this way. Since I don't see Jackson, I might not even see the trap.
You can roll. You can roll a d6.
See if I see the trap.
Yeah, I mean it's not like you're gonna spring it. I mean I have.
Okay, good point.
So.
All right. Do I see the wolf now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What'd you get for your d6 roll?
Oh, 5.
Oh yeah, you don't see the trap.
Yeah, no, I figured. But I guess either way doesn't matter because although not seeing the trap, I might run right through where the trap is.
Ooh, hold on. Ranger. Forget the d6. I will go ahead and say, go ahead and make a tracking check.
Tracking check.
So you want to get 50 or lower?
Nope, 78.
Yep. Okay, so no, you do not see the trap.
And I get to about here, and then I'm like, oh shit, that's the wolf. But I've learned my lesson from last time, and I'm not getting completely separated from the party.
If not friend, why friend shaped?
I go, where is it? Where is it? Oh shit, there it is. I found the wolf, guys. And I let the party know that I found the wolf.
You could make an attack.
I could.
You're a ranger. You do have a longbow, I believe.
I have a longbow. I just suck at ranged attacks, so I always forget about them. But let's do it. Nope, I missed with my 7 or 6.
Someone's got to support the local Fletchers and Bowyers.
Right? Yeah, I think
those arrows off into the woods.
It's just so funny that Jackson is a ranger with shitty decks. That's so fucking funny. I mean, not that I don't know. There is in old school play. There's always this assumption. Oh, you're a ranger, so you use bows, and that's not necessarily true. That's just there was nothing ever written that said, "Oh, well, rangers automatically use bows." There's nothing about that. But for some reason, that was always an assumption. I think that it was going back to Tolkien. It's like, oh well, you're a ranger, you must be Legolas, so you're outstanding with a bow. And
But you could also be what's his name, Aragorn.
yeah, you could also be Aragorn, who was really good with a sword and just kind of mediocre with a bow. So yeah,
But great in nature.
right. Okay, so Mavis, what would you like to do?
Move my tiny bit of distance. Okay. Here, I cannot do much. Falling behind.
Okay. Willow the War Dog can roll a d6. Yep, Willow is dead-eyed on this wolf up here. What would Willow like to do?
He sees it.
Oh yeah, and his ears are laid back. He's pointing and growling.
Ready?
I think he's got what, 40 feet?
He has. I will tell you. I tell you everything. Let's see. He has. War dogs have a movement of 40 feet.
He's going to run that way, barking, his tail wagging. You know, he's not really charging. It looks like a happy prance as he's barking and growling.
Okay. So, two things are about to happen. The first is the wolves, and the wolf gets to roll a d6, and does not see the trap. The wolf is going to go for the nearest target, which would be Jackson. What is his movement?
Jackson's like, fuck, not again, not again. I don't want to get surrounded by animals again.
So the first thing that happens is that Borman, you can spring your trap, and
Sure as fuck will.
it does not. It fails to snare. So there's a 2 in 6 chance it fails to snare the wolf, and the wolf, of course, sees the trap get sprung, which also ends Borman's. Because it's kind of a readied action. It ends your invisibility.
Fine with that.
And the wolf is going to make his attack on Jackson. He's going to try and bite you. Man, that was pathetic.
Emphasis on try.
Basically, you just hear this big snap as Jackson kind of dodges back and gets missed by the snapping jaws of the wolf. The next thing that happens is bounding out of the shrubbery comes Mavis. You see this much larger wolf-like creature, but it is half wolf and half human, and Mavis, you automatically recognize this as a werewolf in hybrid form.
Fuck a duck.
No.
I will add him. I will attempt to add him again. There we go. And he, is going to go on 6. And He, of course, is going to go for Mavis.
Mhm.
She's like, yeah, of course he is, because,
I'm right there.
that sucks. He is going to try to bite Mavis. What is Mavis's AC?
3.
That's pretty good. Alright, let's see what Mr. Werewolf gets. Are you shitting me? Let's see. What does this say? Attack of 16. He very narrowly misses Mavis. Mavis kind of... Is Mavis carrying a shield?
Yeah.
So Mavis kind of blocks his attack with the shield and knocks him out of the way, and is going to need new pantaloons. Toomey, the fairy cat up in the tree, I would imagine Toomey is fully aware of this werewolf. This werewolf is much louder than, of course, the normal wolves. He is a voracious, evil predator. I shouldn't say evil. Chaotic.
No, Toomey's not in the tree anymore. Toomey came out of the tree to attack the first wolf and only had enough movement to kind of get 5 feet away from it.
Oh, that's right. Right. So what would Toomey like to do? You got a wolf and you got a werewolf. I don't know that a cat would know one threat being worse than another. I don't know that I don't know, maybe they have cognition of realizing threat assessment.
I mean, it depends on the cat.
Right, yeah, no shit, it really does.
Some cats, very aware. Other cats, all things are threats.
Right, everything, yes, they just go completely batshit. Everything's evil.
But in this case, Toomey is going to stick with its buddy Jackson, and Toomey is going over to help Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, see, I can totally see that, too.
So let's see here. And it can get there easily, yes, okay.
So this trap is burned.
Toomey flies over to help out Jackson, kind of like get behind the thing. I'm assuming an 8 misses, though.
Toomey's got an 18 for Thaco?
Yeah.
Yes, an 8 is a miss. But Toomey gets another attack.
And rolls a 2 again somehow.
Ugh.
Toomey with the 2s.
Somehow, Toomey failed. And Emperor Palpatine returned. What would Dentry like to do? Let's see. God damn it. Poor Dentry. He's always out of range. Although, Dentry could charge the werewolf.
Don't I have to move 20 feet to be able to do it?
You're still moving the continuous feet that you've been running.
I would...
He started running 20 feet, and so if he just runs even 5 more feet, he still would have ran over the 20 feet. It doesn't say you have to run it all in one
At
turn.
least, so it says specifically, a character moves at least 20 feet.
Now, do I have to move in a straight line?
I would assume so, because it says there must be a clear run.
Then no, I can't do it. But I'll just run up and attack this thing then.
Go for it.
Bust out my flaming sword. Come at me, bro. Stay away from my people, bro. What's wrong with you? And I am fairly certain that a soft 20 will do the job.
Yeah. Probably. I believe that is correct. Yeah, you only needed a 14 to hit AC 5.
I was going to say, it better hit this thing, otherwise we are screwed. All right.
Why did I not?
Does it fall under the category of creatures that can't regen fire?
It does not, but I mean, common knowledge,
Werewolf
Well,
and silver.
common rumor is that they can only be harmed by silver weapons or magic.
Well, my sword is magic, so I hope an 8 will hurt it. 8 points of damage will hurt it.
Yes, it does. That stings it quite well. Yeah, so Dentry slashes out with his weapon and slashes the werewolf. What would Alora like to do?
Let's see. So she should be able to see the werewolf.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll go ahead and do the throwing dagger on it.
Okay.
Fuck him up, yo.
+1. Let's see.
Let's go.
Oof.
Oh.
At least
Not-
it's not a 1. I didn't stab any of my friends.
Right, yeah, not with a 6. So, Borman.
He's gonna move here.
That's a good idea. Borman, with your now visible self, what would you like to do?
Well, the werewolf is the immediate threat, so I need to kind of start moving that way.
Well, I mean, the wolf is an immediate threat to Jackson.
I understand, but the werewolf is notorious for lycanthropy and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's got to die. It's nothing against Jackson, but I've got Jackson to me, and I see Willow's headed over that way.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, yeah, that's the other commonly held rumor, is that lycanthropes, if they bite you, there is a chance that you yourself may become a lycanthrope. Now, this is something that is interesting about first edition AD&D and OSE, is that if a human is bit by a werewolf, there's a possibility that they'll become a were creature. Demi-humans, dwarves, gnomes, etc., if they're bit, they'll die in like 2d12 days.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
there's no such thing as a werewolf halfling, for example.
that's a big, large creature, though, right?
Yeah, he's human-sized.
Comparative to Dentry, is he big?
Yeah, he's quite muscular, yes. I mean, Dentry being a half-orc, yeah.
Wonderful. So I'm going to pull out my +1 orc arrow. It's just loot from an orc. It's not an actual orc.
Right.
And yeah, and so I get +1 for that, +1 for my weapon specialist
and
specializations,
and minus
+1.
Don't forget -1 because Dentry and Mavis are kind of in your line of sight, so there will be a -1. He's kind of got partial cover behind them.
All right. I've got the weapon specialization, close range.
Yep.
And so I gotta start counting again.
It starts to get like Traveler. Okay, so I got a +1 for this. I got a +1 for that. -2 for this.
+1 for the arrow. +1 for close range.
Uh-huh.
+1 for the arrow. +1 for the close range. +1 for. Nope. Okay, so there. +4.
There you go. That is a hit.
Hell yeah. This will be 1d6 +1 of my longbow damage. 5 points of magic damage to the bullshit.
So, Dentry and Mavis, this arrow shoots between the two of you and tags this werewolf in the shoulder, and this werewolf lets out like a human like yip. You're like, ow, you know.
Yeah, I'll even say, "Die, you son of a bitch!"
Jackson, what would you like to do?
Jackson.
You're not alone, Jackson. You just have to be patient.
You're not alone.
No.
Everybody's left you, but it's not you. It's us.
Jackson, no, it's cool. It's cool. I got a wolf here. I know how to fight wolves. That ain't nothing to me. except for the part where I don't know how to roll well. An 8.
An 8 is not gonna do it. That is a miss. You whiff it. Essentially, you swing where the wolf's head should be, and the wolf ducked down low. Mavis, what would you like to do?
Take a swing at that guy.
Go for it. Mace.
High rolls, no whammies.
Ah,
Oh.
damn it.
He dodges back with this arrow sticking out of his shoulder. So it's funny. So your +1 mace. Somebody posted a picture of an actual 13th century mace. Dude, you do not want to get hit with that motherfucker at all. Like, it's not just a club. Like, it's like got this knobby end on it that looks like it's got little mini axes going all the way around it. It's brutal. So yeah, maces are no joke. Willow the War Dog. What the fuck was that?
All right, Willow's been moving 40 feet, and he's going to continue to go straight at this other wolf.
Go for it.
Which it is over 20 foot. So if there's a charging effect or something, I can.
Yep.
I can.
So Willow's
sucker out
AC
of
would
you
drop
or
by
whatever.
1 and or would increase by 1, but Willow would get a +2 to attack.
Hell yeah, he is going to run and fucking bite this son of a bitch right on the ass.
Go for it.
What he's going to do. Yeah.
Go for the flank.
Yeah, and so I'll get. You said how much to my attack? +2.
+2. But your AC increases by 1.
We don't worry about those things until you make me. So this is with a 17 THACO.
That hits.
So, yeah. Let's see how he likes these apples. Do I get +2 on damage too?
No. Just to attack.
Well, that really sucks, but okay.
For 4
That's
points?
still 4, yeah.
Yeah, so Willow...
I'm kind of right here behind him a little bit too, because I bit him in the ass.
Yep, Willow runs up and bites this wolf on the flank, and the wolf's like, "Ow!" And now is reconsidering his life choices. The wolf... Dun, dun, dun. What does that mean for the wolf? The wolf is going to go ahead and do a full retreat. I gotta move Willow. What's his movement? 60. Before the wolf leaves, though, Toomey, Willow, and Jackson all get a free attack, and you get it. You get a +2 to hit on your attack.
All right. If I have a THACO of 17 and I roll an 11, do I hit it?
Let's see. That is a very good question. Yes, you do.
Woo!
Oh.
That's 7.
Well, you don't have to worry about it because Willow nips that wolf as he's trying to run away and kills the wolf.
Climbs up his haunched back, you know, and just kind of bites down on the back of his
Yeah,
neck.
just
and
snaps
humps
his
a little
spine.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's kind of hunching and shaking and having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
There. Yeah.
So,
Will wagging his tail.
The
Good boy.
wolves are no more. The werewolf is going to try to bite Dentry. Fucking seriously, am I gonna have to change color on my dice? This is bullshit.
Yeah. Do it.
This is starting to really get irritating.
I'm not mad at you.
Go blue from now on. Ridiculous. So yeah, Dentry just kind of knocks the wolf's snout out of the way. Toomey, what would Toomey like to do?
Jackson yells at Toomey, "Go help them!" And Toomey gets this far.
Okay. Dentry, you just blocked this werewolf's attack, what would you like to do?
I'm going to return with my own attack. Or not.
What'd you get?
A 6.
Yeah. So you swing, the werewolf ducks, dodges, weaves, and ducks, and maybe dodges again, and you miss.
I wasted my good roll on the attack on the wolf that Willow killed first.
Right. Alora, what would you like to do?
Take 2 with the dagger throw.
So one of these spells that isn't, of course, in first edition Player's Handbook, that I would say definitely falls into the witch class category, and this, of course, is from 4th and 5th edition. If you wanted to do magical research on Witch Bolt,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
that would be a good offensive spell for a witch. 18 hits. Now, you're using your magical dagger. That's right. So, roll your damage.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. Okay. So, Alora with the cannon arm, like she's playing fucking baseball, tosses this dagger and kills the werewolf. I am going to say
it was a flawless victory. That's what it should say.
Yes. Yeah, Alora somehow, there's a chain attached, so it's like a Mortal Kombat thing. And the werewolf's spine comes back to her hand. Flawless victory. I'm going to say that you get a roll. Let's see. Who wants to roll a percentage on table C?
Besides Alora?
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty fantastic hit.
Yeah, good, Laura. Yeah, our fate rests in your hands.
Okay, not good, probably.
63 does not net any additional treasure. So aside from that, it looks like whatever, if there was treasure in this camp, it has been looted. Lockboxes are open. Like I said, there's no bodies, which is really weird. Who knows what the werewolf and the wolves did with them, but there's nothing else here.
We should track where they came from.
You could.
We know. I mean, we've got that. But
I'm going to.
The tracks are right here, right? Can we backtrack them? Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, go ahead and make a tracking check.
Alrighty. I'm going to use the in-game roller for this one.
Okay.
Because my rolls have not been doing me good.
Okay.
And...
Oh, no, you want to roll percentage. But that,
right.
But that is actually a really good roll.
I keep forgetting tracking is percentage. That actually, my dice have been doing okay on, other than that one. So, come on, 76.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I mean, you rolled a 1 on a d6. I'm going to say that you got it. Because technically at 50%, you would have a 3 in 6 chance anyways. So 50% is 50% either way. And so you are able to track where these wolves came from.
Can I retrieve my arrow from the dude?
Roll percentage. Fuck yeah, you are. You are able, and it is perfectly straight, and you work it out of the werewolf, and it doesn't even appear that the arrowhead is dulled.
Hell yeah, I'll kiss it. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna name you. I'm gonna name you Betsy.
You kiss the werewolf blood, and now you have like a no, I'm fucking with you. So let's see here. I need to find. So from here, you find that the tracks lead off in this direction.
Should we continue on following that, or should we go to the castle ruins and see what's up there? Because I mean, it's getting to the point where we're bypassing.
Yeah, that's true. I still wanted to see the ruins real bad personally, but I'm not. I mean, we'll get to do it eventually, so I'm not like dead set on it.
I feel like we've removed the immediate threat to our horses, so like we could always come back to tracking.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna draw, so you might want to get ready to erase this, Chris. But yeah, if we just head off this way, looking for any kind of traps or anything, you know.
Okay.
Not tracks. If there's no from here to the river, if we start at the river and we go all the way that way up to the Braunhaven estate, I mean, maybe we can squeeze between those mountains and gain access to the ruins from that direction.
Okay. So
Maybe. Try.
And so that, I mean, that's like splitting the difference between tracking down the werewolves. If we cross paths with them in the immediate way,
so you're talking about moving right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, we're not going to rush anything. We're just going to head in that direction. And I mean, we just saw a werewolf. We really should be on our toes, and we're gonna look for tracks. You know, because we don't know that they might zigzag or anything like that. But our en route destinations, we're going to try to squeeze right on in there.
So there is no. I mean, these walls are exceptionally tall.
Okay, so we'll have to strafe around to the entrance then.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, you being a thief. You could do a climb sheer surface, of course, and get in there. But the other party members would have rather serious problems following you. I mean, of course, you could try. I mean, climb sheer surface as a thief, you are quite good at it.
Could you lower a rope after that?
You could drop a rope down after that. It's up to you. But I mean, it seems like an awful lot of work when there is a front door.
We can walk around, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and switch to the plate mail.
Okay.
And we can march around to the front there.
So you guys are going to take the time to switch, allow him to switch, which is going to be like 20 minutes.
If you guys don't,
eat or whatever.
we need to rest about 10 minutes anyway after doing so much shit. Or the DM.
You're not. You've got another 30 minutes before you have to take a rest.
All right. Well, I mean, it's just if we're going into a more tight fitting area, I would much rather have the plate mail on.
Yeah,
Right.
wear whatever makes more sense to you. You don't want anybody dying.
So don't forget with the plate mail you're gonna. Don't forget with the plate mail you'll be at -1 for move silent and a -1 for hiding.
Put the plate mail on after we get to the front door, not now, so that we can all get there quicker, and then you can change.
All right, we're headed to the front door.
Okay.
Now you can change.
I'll give you some rolls, so because we'll be looking for traps. That, in theory, would find the trap. There's my move silently while I'm in leather as I'm creeping up to look to the changing.
I completely 100% failed at looking for any new tracks along the way.
Give me just saying. I'll be right back.
How did I roll a jam 100%?
Seriously?
We're waiting on something?
Yeah, Chris, he took off for a sec.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
he walked away.
I completely forgot he said that. I just ADD'd it.
It was perfect timing because I just got some egg rolls and I'm gonna fuck these things up.
Ooh,
Yeah.
heck yeah. I'll be right back.
Now everybody's leaving us. Quitters, all of you, quitters.
Okay, my apologies.
All right. So as we kind of moving up in that area, am I able to kind of, before we get to the total thick of it, can I put my plate mail on?
Yes, you spent 20 minutes kind of taking a break and putting on your plate.
Stretching,
Yeah.
doing some, which, and actually, if we're role playing it out, it is much more efficient to cross large masses of land in light, the leather,
Right.
than it is to wear full plate.
Well, and yeah, it's more efficient in light armor to move, but it's also, without you don't have the penalties, in leather either. So, like, even in, dungeons, the light armor is beneficial. But it's entirely up to you. So, you come up, and as you make your way around to the front of the ruins of Castle Braun, you do see that outside of this front entrance, there is what appears to be an abandoned camp, and there are these stained wax canvas tents. All of the tents are the openings are flapping in the breeze. There's this whipping sound as the canvas slaps back and forth in the breeze. There is two old fire pits that have been here that appear that they just burned themselves out. They weren't put out; they just burned themselves out. So there's like charcoal at the bottom of the pits, and it looks like whoever was in this camp just got up and walked away. You can see that there are mess kits set out. There is mold-covered food sitting on the mess kits. It looks like they just stood up and left. And there is a command tent here. And again, it is investigating this camp. You see that there are like all of the tents have their flaps are unsecured, and the bedrolls inside are left unmade. Clothing is left out. Like whoever was here just got up and left.
Can I make a check to see if they like just walked away or if it was like in haste?
Sure, you can go ahead and make a tracking check.
And I'd like to check and see if they left any valuables behind.
Right.
I got a 40.
So yeah, it does appear that they left in haste. Like whatever they it looks like they sat down to eat and said, "Oh shit," and dropped what they were doing and split. Borman, where are you checking for valuables?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go in the tents and the command tents, all the tents. I'm going to go and look about if they've got a chest or a box or a mattress or anything to topple over and look through. I'd like to do that. I'll look for traps and shit as I go, of course.
So these individual tents, you don't find anything, but in the command tent, you find that there are signs of a struggle in the command tent. There is a large table that was in the center of the tent that has been broken in two through the center. Roll a d6.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the only thing that you immediately notice is that it looks like somebody just brought something heavy down on the middle of this table and snapped it in two. But you do find that there is a chest in the tent.
Is it trapped?
Well, you can certainly make a check.
Yeah. There we go. That should find a trap, and if it's locked, that should unlock it.
It is not locked.
Well, then it's definitely unlocked. Or did I lock it?
Hold on, I'm just doing some quick math here.
It's cool. The main thing we got to know off top is who's going to take the note of it. You know what I mean? Because if it's items like gems and shit, I have to record. If it's money,
so you pop open this chest, and in the chest, it looks like that this is probably a payroll chest. There are 500 gold pieces.
Love it.
And dental benefits.
He's like, yay.
Yes, dental benefits. Yes, don't forget about the dental. At a 50% discount for vision. And 35 electrum pieces.
Nice.
Got it.
And 1,200 copper pieces.
Good stuff.
1,200. That's a lot of copper.
Mm-hmm. That is a whole lot of pennies.
And a whole lot of copper going on. I don't even remember what the hell I spent it on, but I dropped a shitload of copper on something in the town.
So that is going to adjust your movement rates. Let's see here.
Do we want to walk this back to the
wagon?
Oh, we got a bag of holding.
You can stick it in the bag of holding. That is true. I was going to say carrying around that treasure is going to. So for heavy armor, that would drop you down to 30-10, and light armor down to 60-20.
Yeah,
but the bag of holding does it.
The bag of holding does the holding.
Yes, you can
It's
stuff it
where
in
I
the bag
keep
of
my
holding.
balls. Yeah.
And then you
I look
hand them
like,
to then you hand the bag to Alora.
oh well,
Well.
first. I'm a gentleman. You know, you don't go fucking pissing the witch off. That's how you become a newt.
That's true.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and hope
A
it gets
eunuch.
better. Yeah.
So you can see. Um,
Does 2 look like a prime spot for traps to anybody else? That looks like a spot where we're gonna get got to me.
That's interesting. Okay. So looking, so there is an overgrown this ground here. This little road is overgrown. Looks like at one time it was made of cobblestone, but so there was like a road that led here. Now the cobblestone is cracked, overgrown with weeds. There's fallen masonry that has fallen off of the walls and parapets of the castle, and you can see that this is the entrance. There was originally here two large portcullises, and they have rusted to the point where they have basically turned to dust and crumbled to the ground. But you can see that on this side and on this side, there is a door that leads into these 2 gatehouses. And of course, this entrance leads into the lower bailey of the castle.
I should probably try to sneak up there invisible and look around.
Do it.
And we will make you invis ninja.
You know, that's my looking for traps as I move forward. That's my stealth, which even at a -1 works.
Okay, so
and, that's my hear noise, which is not successful.
So you get up here, and like I said, you can see that there is a door here and a door here that leads into the gatehouses. Through here, you can see ahead that there is, there is an overgrown lower bailey. The originally it was covered in these cobblestones that are now cracked and overgrown. You see more fallen masonry all around. And it has been that the castle has been abandoned long enough that trees have actually seeded and taken root and have kind of grown up in the bailey. Originally, this would have been completely clear, but now there are trees and weeds. And you can see that there's like a stairwell here that leads up to an outer balcony. And you can see from where you're standing over here, you can see that that weeds and whatnot have grown up around some of the entrances to here. But immediately, you have 2 doors, and you don't find any traps, and you don't hear any sounds. You want to lower your mic?
Yeah, that's a good idea, brother. How about we head over here?
Head over. Okay.
And kind of just open that door up and creep on in.
Okay. You can certainly do that. Let me get you guys all together here. There we go. I shall do the copy pasta.
Yeah, the whole world swirls as we move into a new area. At the bottom of the screen, it says the server is loading.
Yes, it is.
Fun facts, you know.
Does the logo do like a little spin in and out motion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I need to bring up my DM's map. Let's see, this is the...
Is this a fine direction for everybody? mean,
I'm cool with it.
yeah.
The Western Gatehouse. So you come into this room. The floor and walls are all made of a dark gray stone, probably granite. You see that the ceiling has wood slats and beams. It's got a 10-foot ceiling. There are a set of wooden stairs that go up to a landing here and then continue going further up. And in this corner, there is in this corner, right where Jackson is pretty much standing, there are the remains of a small round table, and it has basically been busted into a pile. And you note that there is a fine coating of dust covers everything.
No tracks.
No
in
tracks.
The dust.
No tracks. But there is a door that leads to the west that goes deeper into the western gatehouse.
Looks like a
Actually,
great way to
though,
go.
everybody can roll a d6.
Yeah, I'm looking for traps.
Ooh.
Very well.
Yeah, you are.
So, you want me to roll a d6 on top of that?
Yes.
4. What a magical.
So Jackson, and Borman, or Jackson, Dentry, and Borman, you all find that there are actually faint tracks in the dust, leading from the door on the west wall here, and these faint tracks lead to the pile of smashed table in the corner. Jackson notes that it looks like at some point in the distant past there was some kind of scuffle, likely melee combat. But it's been long enough ago that the dust has resettled in here. I mean, you, as the light, it's mid-afternoon. As the light that comes through the open doorway, you can actually see dust hanging in the air and, floating down from the ceiling. Probably asbestos. You're all going to get cancer now. But
we're going to get high enough level that we can cast the right spells.
Right.
So
Yeah. Cure cancer is like a 4th level cleric spell, but
a little bit of research money.
Yeah, a little bit of research. You'll be right as rain.
Asbestos gives an EXP bonus.
Yes, you get an XP bonus for asbestos. It's got its pros and cons, but you can see that sometime in the distant past, the dust has settled and kind of covered up these tracks, and Jackson notes that there was some kind of melee combat or struggle that happened here, but likely there were weapons involved.
Ooh.
It's a good reason to check that door
But no
out.
dead bodies.
Yeah, I wonder what's in here.
So we
Let's
know
all
that
be cautious,
there's
but
any dead
yeah.
bodies.
There's no bodies in here, but there is
Okay.
a stairwell that goes up, and then of course there is the western door, which the tracks lead to.
Let's follow the tracks.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Russian danger's
yeah.
way.
looking for the traps again.
There are no traps on the door, and
Yeah.
this
Is it
is
locked?
it is not locked. It is a wooden door with iron studs that leads deeper into the gatehouse.
Let's open it up.
Okay.
I'm going to open it up and step inside and be right to the side right there. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys just see this door open because you can't see him. And again, dark gray stone, walls and floors, wood beams, and shingles. But this particular room has a vaulted ceiling, and you can see that it is shingled, 15-foot vaulted ceiling. There is a brick fireplace in here that has an 8-foot tall opening that sits on like right here. I didn't draw it into the map, but it is like right here. That obviously is empty. There are the remains of benches, and it seems that somebody has chopped them up and piled the wood next to the hearth of the fireplace. But they are covered in dust. There is puddles and dirt on the floor because the shingles are. It's been so long since anybody had any roofers come out here that there are puddles and dirt on the floor. And you see that there are 2 doors to the north, and there is a door to the west.
All the doors are closed?
They are closed.
Can we see where the tracks go, though?
I can't. Oh.
So, Jackson, you can make a tracking check.
Or, sorry, Jackson.
32.
32. So you see, you follow the tracks, and you see that the tracks move from the, let's see here. You see that tracks move from this west door all the way to the east door, and it seems that they stop for a time at the fireplace.
Got to go look up the fireplace. Got to go look up the chimney. It's just something that's got to be done.
Yeah, you don't.
Let's look for traps.
So you show that looking up the chimney, you don't see anything, but you do see that a fire was made here roughly within about the last 3 days. You can still smell the smoke coming from the charcoal.
Oh, that's weird.
And that some of the wood from the benches appears to have been used as firewood.
But the tracks look way older than that.
You what?
But the tracks look way older than that?
Yes. Well, not quite. You see the tracks moving from the west door to the fireplace appear to be newer than the ones that moved to the east door.
I think we need to go ahead and just clear these first 2 rooms before we move too much further into the complex. Just to see what's going on here, you know?
Sure. Nothing can surprise us if we clear the rooms in order.
Yeah, so I'm going to come up here, and again, I'm going to look for traps and see if it's locked.
Okay, so
I would have found traps if there's traps.
There's no traps, and the doors are not locked.
Then let's open it up and step right inside just like this.
Okay. So you see that this is some kind of barracks. There are 4 sets of bunks. They're 2-level bunks. And you can see in here, again, dark gray stone floor and walls, wood beams and shingles. It does have a 15-foot vaulted ceiling. You note that there are a number of shingles that are missing. You can see daylight going through the roof. And here. Yep.
We're going to spend a lot of money refurbishing this place, aren't we?
Yeah, potentially, if you, and it's funny that you say that because that is partially part of the reason that I designed this castle. So yes, that is a potential, but that's in the future. Like that's like level 9 shit. So. But you see that there is, of course, in here there is also another brick fireplace with an 8-foot tall opening, and it sits on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the. No, there is no fireplace. There is. Oh, right. Sorry. So you see that there are 4 sets of double bunks here, and there are weapons racks that are on the east wall and the west wall. All the equipment all of the weapons that are in there, mostly pole arms, are rusted and the wooden shafts are rotted through. But you do see that these 3 bunks, the bottom set of the bunks, all appear to have a body laying in them.
Ooh. Now let's go look at them.
Gotta go take a look, but
Gotta go
first,
poke 'em with
let me
shit.
look for traps everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it's just something I really need to do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that one was wasted because there are no traps.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
So I'm just going to kind of come over here in the corner and let everybody enter the room and investigate these dead bodies, and I'm going to backstab whatever the fuck gets up.
Okay.
Do I see any tracks with the 4 in the room?
So, Mavis moves up, and I'm sorry. What was your question?
Did I notice any tracks in this room at all?
No.
Okay.
But Mavis moves up and pokes one of the dead bodies. You know, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And all three of them come to life.
Oh,
They
man.
are zombies. So...
It's bad to light zombies on fire, right? Because you just have undead walking, flaming things.
Potentially.
They burn themselves out, don't they?
Eventually. But first, they set everything else on fire.
But the amusement value is really high. So everybody go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, zombies always lose initiative. Oh, never mind.
We still need to know what order we do our shit in.
Right. And Borman has surprise. And actually, Mavis, since you're the one who poked the dead bodies, you can roll a d6.
Since I'm the one that poked him, what?
Since you're the one that poked the bodies, you get to roll a d6.
Oh, a D6? Okay. Oh, that's a DA. Ignore this. All right.
Ignore me!
There we
Okay,
go.
so Mavis is not surprised when the bodies start to move. And he's like, yeah, I kind of expected that.
I knew it.
If I've got surprise, I need to go ahead and get out of the way, right?
Well, let me put you guys in order.
Jackson really doesn't like being in buildings.
Well, I mean, Jackson is a ranger. I've actually played with people, and I find this so fucking irritating. Oh, well, I'm playing a druid, so I'm never going to go into a city. Like, dude, fuck off. Like, cities don't have...
cock.
Yeah, like, cities don't
A
have
floppy
parks and green spaces. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Fucking hippie. Go play something else.
I
So...
told you when I tried to have a home game, my husband and my kids were all druids.
Oh, right. An all druid game? It's all
I was
hippies
like,
all the time.
okay, I guess. They were able to sneak by like everything because they would all wild shape. So it kind of made it hard, really. But
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird. There's
Yeah.
a pack of hippies trying to save the world.
Well, I will say, oh my god. So, I actually did watch the new D&D movie. I don't know who else has seen it, but I was sitting there grinding my teeth down to the gums because there was the scene where they sneak in, where the druid sneaks in. She wild shapes like 5 or 6 times in like a 5-minute scene. And I'm like, how many fucking wild shapes per day does this bitch get? What the fuck is this?
Like, I was like, that's way too many. It was cool to watch, but that's way too many.
Yeah, that's way too many. I mean, they essentially that movie. There are so many problems. They shit all over the source material, ignored the fucking rules, and the battles. There was no big. Oh my god, this is the big moment. There was none of that. All of the battles were hilariously bad. I mean, even the very end was a shit show. They made the fucking big bad wizard, Thayan wizard, like a joke. And we'll just, let's not even bring up the fact that the fucking druid is wild shaping into an aberration. I mean,
That's great.
yeah, druids can't wild shape into a fucking owlbear. That's not how it works.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to step up and stab this dude.
Yeah, go for it. You have surprise.
I'm going to...
Thank you.
Stabby. Oh.
Yeah. That
So-
really sucks.
Yeah, so Borman goes to stealth up and stab the zombie and is no longer invisible. And the zombie is going to make an attack get a free attack on Gorman because of his ridiculousness. But so Borman is in his armor, or
Yes.
in his plate. Your AC is -2.
That's correct.
Okay.
Sword and board.
Okay.
I'm a fighter. I'm in fighter mode.
The zombie. You go to stab the zombie. The zombie takes a swipe. Borman, make a roll a d6.
All right.
Nope, never mind. You don't see shit. So, this was almost a failing forward moment. Ugh. Fucking sparkle trolls. So now we are in a first round of combat. Borman, it is your turn again.
I'm just going to swing with not the cool bonuses that I had before.
Yeah.
So it's a +1 sword, +1 for strength. Let it ride.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
No way!
So, Borman went to attack when he was invisible. The zombie swiped at him, and now he's visible, and he kind of sidesteps and is like, "Oh shit, I fucked that up," and fucks it up again, and kind of trips over the corner of the bed or of the bunk, and falls prone, like flat on his ass.
Aww.
Dentry, you see the thief kind of go down. What would Dentry like to do?
Bro, you're doing it wrong.
That's not how you fight zombies, silly
He's our
thief.
support right now, you guys.
You
I'm
look
gonna go with
ridiculous.
Zombie. Actually, no, Mavis. I don't want Mavis to have to fight the zombie by herself. I'm just gonna come over here to the foot of the bed here.
Yep.
And swing down on the zombie.
Go for it.
Because who wants Mavis to have to fight a zombie by herself?
I don't know.
Hey, I got 20.
Nice. Maximum damage.
I told you.
Oh, Borman's luck.
Yeah. So you guys got your
that's-
nat ones out of the way, and now you're on to the nat 20s.
That's right.
11.
I did that for the team, man. I took those natural ones.
Wait, how much damage did you do?
Well, it's D8 plus 3.
Oh, that's right. 11. Okay. So Dentry runs up and just runs this zombie through. Like from ass out the mouth with his sword and pulls it out, and this zombie is done. The whole area now stinks pretty badly. What would Willow the War Dog like to do?
He's going to run right over there, and he's going to try to bite him in the ass.
And Willow's got what, a THAC0 of 17?
That's correct.
Yeah, that is going to get a zombie. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, we'll take 6 points of Willow in your ass.
So Willow doesn't grab ass. Willow grabs ankle and almost pulls the zombie's leg almost completely off and is dragging the zombie out of the bottom bunk of this bed. You know, as dogs do, like but still wagging the tail. Like, this is a fun game. I love killing
Yeah,
zombies.
I love playing tug.
Yes,
Oh, hell yeah.
exactly. I'm gonna win this round. The leg's coming off. What would Alora like to do?
Laura will try and throw her dagger at the one that the dog's attacking.
Okay.
Or no, wait. Actually, I'll throw it at the one that is next to Borman, because then I can't really, hit anybody.
Yeah, Borman's on his
Excellent.
butt, so.
Okay. Oh, I need to add +1 or whatever.
Oh, fucking shit.
It's contagious.
It's
So-
just that one zombie, though.
So your dagger lands in this corner, and it gets stuck in
Shit.
the stone and does not return to you. It's stuck in the wall, and you can see this dagger going blah, 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 like vibrating, and it can't get out.
All right. Damn it.
Mavis, what would Mavis like to do?
Mavis will, I guess, hop over the bed.
I was
and
just thinking that would be like a totally Matrix thing. Just hop over the fucking body. Like, do a Dukes of Hazzard ass slide over the corpse.
do this.
Mace him.
Okay.
Oh.
Not great, but also not a 1. So I am.
At
thankful.
least it's not a 1. And yeah, that is a miss. Okay. Toomey the fairy cat. Outside with Jackson. What would this Toomey want to do?
Jimmy flies in the room. Like, what's going on, guys? Oh, shit! Gets to about there.
Zombies?
Pretty much. And goes to attack the middle zombie. Oh, shit. Looked at the wrong dice for a second because it bumped into another one. I was like, a 1, but it was
Yep.
an 11. 11.
11 hits.
Yeah. 4 points of damage.
Ooh! Toomey slashes this zombie and rips his head off. Like, just... Zombie's done.
Sweet. Oh, that's it for Toomey then, because can't move anymore.
Okay. Hold on
I
here.
think. Pretty sure that was all my movement. Oh no, it wasn't. I got movement. Can I move to the other one and attack?
Yeah.
Sweet. Toomey's like, why are you laying on the ground? And attacks this one.
Okay. It'd be more likely that rather than attack the other zombie, it would come over and start nudging its head up against Borman. Like, why are you laying down? What are you doing? So what'd you get on your attack?
20.
Oh, yeah, max damage.
So that's 5.
Okay.
Too bad I don't get the rip because it was 2 separate opponents.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
twice that's happened now. Where I've got 2 hits, but it was on different opponents.
Right. And so Toomey comes up and slashes at this zombie and slashes deep enough with her little cat claws that stuff starts to fall out of the zombie, and it's mostly just reeking pus. Yes. Jackson, what would you like to do? All right.
And a 12.
A 12 hits.
Boom, boom, boom.
Jackson walks in the room like, what the hell's all this noise? Oh, shit.
Yes. What's going on here? Oh my god.
Well, I'm just looking under the bed.
This room's like the internet. What's going on today? Oh my god.
Pretty much. And 7 points of damage on that.
Ooh, Jackson comes in and just like, here, I'll help you out, Borman, and decapitates said zombie, and now the whole room smells really good.
Is there anything under the bed?
So you inspect the bed, and you not under the bed, but you find in this bed right here. You do find something. You find a really shiny, fancy short sword in a scabbard. And the straw mattress has a pouch. And there is... wrong window. Hold on. Just a moment. I'm adding things up here. Ah, shit. Dun, dun, dun.
This short sword will be a good indication on what kind of area this really is.
I am...
Have we entered the next tier of loot and magic? Or are we still on the same one?
No, you haven't entered that +2 tier yet, but there is good shit.
Which is probably a good thing, because then that means the bad guys in here are also going to get...
Yes! Diablo's forces have grown stronger.
I mean, it's we all have +1 shit, so...
Okay, there we go. So, you find in here, in the pouch, there is 300 gold pieces.
Got it.
95 silver pieces.
Got it.
And 200 copper pieces.
Got it.
And there is a really fancy and very, very sharp short sword.
Gonna swing it around a bit.
So you kind of test it out. You poke the zombie corpse, because, I mean, it's not going to smell worse, right? And you discovered that this is a +1 short sword.
Okay. I will add it to the shit I have to sell bag.
Did anybody ever watch on Stars Spartacus?
Not me.
The fancy gladius that he gets when they buy him the fancy armor because he's won so many victories. That's kind of what this short sword looks like. Like, it's got the ivory handle, and it's engraved, and it is quite nice.
So yeah, fancy short sword +1.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that does what, a D6?
Short swords, I believe you're correct, but it does.
I mean, it's a little bit more than a dagger.
Short sword is 1d6 +1 for this in this case.
Does our dagger wielder want the short sword?
I don't know if she can use it.
Yeah, she's probably not proficient with it.
Ah.
Yeah, almost no weapons.
It might be something though. The short sword might be something you could use with a dexterity bonus instead of strength.
I mean, before we decide completely, let me.
I mean, obviously, if Alora can use the short sword as a melee weapon, then she gets the fancy. Because, I mean, we're going to try to make her like the queen, and then we're going to manipulate her with behind the scenes.
Let me see what it says about...
Exterminate all living in the land.
Well, let's see what it says about the Vitches.
I'm just joking, of course.
No, you're completely right. So let's see.
Oh, well, thank you.
Weapons: club, dagger, sling, or staff. So no, she would not be proficient with the short sword.
Yeah,
Nor would
so-
the cleric, because clerics can't use
Blade.
edged weapons.
Yeah. So it goes in the bag of shit that we got to sell and barter with. I mean that's that. But is it a can a person use it and get a dex bonus instead
No.
of strength with it?
No, the only weapon that I have thrown into the game that has so far that has finesse, which would allow you to choose either strength or dex, would be a rapier. Mostly because in my thought, that's the only weapon that really actually makes sense.
Is it +1 due to its fine craftsmanship, or is it +1 due to magic?
It is magical.
So in theory, this thing could be busted up and turned into arrowheads and other things.
Yeah, technically you could end up giving it to a skilled blacksmith that could turn this in. I would say that a short sword would probably produce 5 + 1 arrowheads.
Okay, how about 4 canine fangs?
you want to coat your Willow's fangs.
Willow grill, and
I don't know about that.
Fancy bedazzled,
Gonna
grill.
be running around looking like a gang member out of fucking Oakland.
Yeah, we're gonna change its name.
Check
to
out my
Thug
grill.
Nasty. Yeah, we're gonna change his name to Thug Nasty. +1, +1 to bite.
We'll find something to do with it. Let's follow the tracks, though. I want to see more of the castle.
Yep. All right. Yep. So we'll continue on, I guess. If I'm standing up, I'm gonna just.
Is anybody hurt? I don't think anybody really got hurt, did they?
No, we
Okay.
walked over this shit like it was candy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
back to Alora.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
What'd you say?
I grabbed the dagger out of the wall and give it back to Alora.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, and
Thank you.
I mean, Borman's ego.
There's no traps this way. As I'll try to move silently, as I'll do it like a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
And,
So you are silent.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead. If this door is not locked, I'm gonna open it up and just kind of immediately step inside. And
You're
see
gonna
how
step
it goes.
inside and walk this way. So it is not locked.
Beautiful.
All right, let's go. Northern up the rear. All right.
Yeah. Now, if we're clearing, we need to open this other door here real quick.
So
if nothing's here.
in here, this would be there is a brass plaque above the door on the lintel that says that it is the officers' row. And there is a long hallway that leads to the north here. And the whole hallway is dark gray stone floor and walls. There's wooden beams and shingles, 15-foot vaulted ceiling. To the north, all the way at the end of the hallway, you can see half of a iron or a banded iron door. So it's a wooden door with a couple of iron bands going across it. Along this hallway, on the east side, there are 3 wooden doors with iron studs. And to the south, there is an iron-studded wooden door.
All right. Well, we're not supposed to pass doors without looking at them. So stop, look for traps. Quietly, if there's any. Is it locked?
Hold on, I will tell you these things. It is locked.
But is it really locked?
It is not locked anymore, as Borman deftly picks the lock.
All right. And I already searched for traps, so I guess let's just step on in and see what nature's bounty has.
So this
Behind
is the
focus.
southwest tower, dark gray stone floor and walls. There are parapets that are 3 feet wide that circle the outer circular wall of this tower. There are wood beams and dark-colored shingles. So there is a 25-foot coned conical ceiling, and so this curved wall is kind of open for archers to shoot out of. And
it's a defensive position, is all it is.
So you've stepped 5 feet into the room. What would you like to do? You see that in this room there are well, roll a d6. Oh, yeah, you notice this. There are piles of bones laying around the room.
Ooh. Does Willow want one?
No, I mean, we've been dealing with undead, and so I'm going to give the place a good hard look over.
Okay.
And if I don't see anything is there a reason to poke these skeletons if they don't have any treasure?
Well, if you're giving the room a once-over, then that is enough. That tells me that you have stepped far enough into the room that those piles of bones all animate. They all come up and form skeletons. Kind of all Jason and the Argonauts. The bones just kind of go, in stop-motion animation and form 5 skeletons. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, that's me being careful, see?
Everybody roll initiative.
What the shit? Okay.
Oh.
Have any of you guys played Dungeons and Dragons online?
Not me.
So, DDO follows, like, I will say, it is one of the few games, aside from, like, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, it follows the 3.5 edition rules. Like, you can find something, and you can look it up in the rules. And it is exactly the same. I love that game. And you can follow the combat rolls because it'll show you your dice rolls. And you can pick your dice, and it's really funny because they actually have. You can pick the color of your dice, and it's not just the color, but it's the design. And so, like, the blue marble dice that I have are actually in the game. I really wish that, aside from color, that they would add a little bit more to the dice in Roll20, because that would be fucking cool. But anyways, hey, Roll20, fucking get on your shit and make some cool looking dice. Pink's not good enough. We want pink marble. So, did everybody get their dice rolls in?
I think so.
Okay, so Dentry is way up there. Willow.
Jackson still doesn't like being indoors.
Yeah, Jackson like this fucking bullshit.
And
Okay.
I think I'm gonna pull them out, but I guess, but the way the initiative works, we should just charge in and fuck as many of them up as we can.
Well, the first thing though is that Borman needs to roll a d6.
Yeah, you are really killing me. I'm gonna rock it in your face.
You're not
Kinda.
surprised. So, Dentry, you hear Borman scream like a little girl, and what would Dentry like to do?
Well, in that case, I will rush into the room and go, oh shit!
Yeah, you run into the room. You see that there are 5 skellies in here.
And I will attack the first one I see.
Yeah, there would be one right there.
The stupid thing would look... move. Okay, cool. The turn order thing was in my way. I couldn't see.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
And I roll a 17. Because I can math.
17. So I really wish, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're using the Roll20 character sheet, it doesn't have the 2-hit chart, does it? It probably doesn't.
I don't know. I'm not using the roll 21. I'm just rolling dice.
So your Thaco, I believe, is still Thaco 19. What level is Dentry?
Dentry is level 4.
And he's a fighter, right?
He is a fighter. I have a strength of 2, and my weapon is +1.
Let me double check.
I think your Thaco's 18
No,
now.
your Thaco is 17.
Oh, look, you dirty dick sucker. You should have been hitting the motherfuckers. And
Yeah, you should be hitting way better. So, and the reason why I bring this up, so like on pen and paper, all the character sheets so we're in my home game with the Wayward Bastards, we're using the Vagabond character sheet, and at the bottom it has a 2-hit chart, and it goes from 9 down to 0, and you just write in what you need to hit. And so you can say, so I'm sorry, what did Dentry roll? 17, you said?
Yeah, I rolled a 17 with my strength and weapon bonuses.
So with a 17 and a Thaco of 17, you would have hit. You could look at that chart and say, well, I hit AC 0.
Oh.
And then I would be able to look at this and go, well, skeletons are that definitely hits a skeleton because, reasons. But yes, you definitely hit.
I like making the DM do the math.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. I mean, there's another way of doing. You can also do Thaco by doing sheer math. But the weird thing is that if you do the math, it doesn't come out the same as if you go by the chart. Like, you can say, oh, well, 17 minus whatever, and I hit such and such, and it's actually like 1 or 2 points off. Either way works, but I prefer to just be purist and stick to the chart.
I feel you. All right.
So, Dentry, roll your damage.
Okay.
It's probably going to be dead skeleton, but let's roll for fun.
Well, I mean, I only rolled a 1 on the die, so it's only 4 damage.
Yeah, but that's still enough because that Skelly... Dentry comes running into the room and swings his sword, and the skeleton crumbles into a pile of bones on the floor.
Cool.
Willow the War Dog.
Willow is going to run in.
Comes running in like a room full of milk bones.
Yeah, and is just going to pounce on this very first one that he sees as he comes in the door. And he's going to roll a d20. His Thaco is 17.
That is a hit.
All right. And then so he'll roll 2d4 and do 4 points of damage to that skeleton.
Yeah, and Willow... I can't get that one. There we go. Willow causes the skeleton to crumble into a pile of bones.
Hell yeah, man. And then I guess it's
hold on. So,
Foreman's turn. Is that right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. That is another 50.
Oh, he's scaring us now.
11, 26. Sorry. I mean, I know how this is going to turn out. I just figured I would already do the XP value. So yes, Borman, what would you like to do? I mean, you've got this guy who's closest.
Yeah, but yep, might as well just step right on up to this guy and hit him in the face with my crossbrand. Oh, I double did it. Sorry about that.
2d20. Oh, you're
Yeah.
rolling with initiative. That's the wrong game. Oh.
Well, I'm gonna guess that misses.
You know what, though? I'm going to take one of your previous rolls and say that 16 plus 2 hits.
Okay, well then I will roll a d8 and add 2 to that, and that'll be 6.
Yeah.
6 points of frostbrand damage.
So you swing your sword out, and the skeleton crumbles. You bust it. The tip of your saber busted his bottom jaw off, and the whole thing crumbles to the floor in a frosty pile. Toomey the fairy cat.
To me. Toomey is like, what is going on in there? Flies in and oh shit! I think I can get that far. Do. Yeah, I can get that far. Okay. And Toomey rolls a 3.
No. Toomey slashes and misses. Next attack.
Are you? Rolled a 3 again.
Toomey's like, meow, and like doesn't miss, but like bats at the without claws out, bats at the skeleton's head like it's playtime.
Jackson's like, we're not here to play. Oh, Jackson's in the other room. Jackson has no idea.
The skeletons, this skelly is going to move here and is going to swing his rusty sword on Dentry. Oh, and god damn it. Fuck that up with a 4. This skelly is going to swing on Toomey. Oh! And Toomey or Willow, your choice, gets to make a free attack on Idiot Skelly for
Willow.
overswinging. Oh, man. Oh, the dice giveth and the dice taketh away. Jackson, what would you like to do?
Jackson, with his insanity of movement, will run in the room and...
I mean, Jackson could go, like, right here and... Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
You
And Skelly. 11? Wait, I gotta remember my Thaco stuff.
And yeah, so hold on here. So let's double check Jackson now that we're getting to that point. What level is Jackson?
He is also level 4.
He is also Thaco 17.
Okay. So Thaco 17 and I rolled an 11.
Alright, so so that means Thaco 17 and 11 hits AC 6. You hit the Skellies, which have an AC of 8.
Woohoo! I like remembering this.
Or I'm sorry, they have a AC of 7.
Either way, still hit. That's
Yes.
what matters. I like it. Except for I really didn't want to hurt him. You know, I was like, I just want you to like back off. So I only did 2 points of damage. 3. 3 points of damage.
3 points. So you smack this skelly with like the flat of your blade, and you knock off its jaw.
Yeah.
And so the skeleton now has no lower jaw, but it's like, and it continues with its attack. Do they have a morale check? I don't think. No, they have morale 12. They have absolutely no need for a morale check. What would Allura like to do?
Let's see how far she can move. Anywhere in here. It is real crowded in there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah.
I mean, you
Okay.
could get rid of the dead skellies.
She's gonna make it this far, and then she's gonna keep an eye on the hallway, the long one,
Okay.
in case we get ambushed.
I will allow Allura to make a D6 check. Nope. Allura
Okay.
doesn't see shit.
You changed your colors.
And
Yes, because it works sometimes. Like, sometimes it works. Mavis, what would you like to do?
Mavis can get in there and whoop on this one here.
So,
hopefully.
Mavis has other options available to her. Mavis is a cleric. What level is Mavis?
I think we're 4. Yeah, 4.
So technically you could run into the room brandishing your holy symbol of Soman the archer, and you could attempt to do a turn check if you wanted to.
I think I might save that because I can do that once a day, right? So I'm gonna save it till when
Turning
we're
clerics can
through.
invoke the power of their deity to repel undead monsters encountered. No, you get that once per encounter.
Oh, well, geez.
Oh hell yeah, you can, because that's just your flexing. That's your like. Do you fucking know who you're fucking with, you son of a bitch?
I'm gonna put the holy symbol on the shield when we get some downtime,
Right? Yeah, just.
and then I can just
Ah!
that'll work good. But do I roll a d6 or 20 to?
So
see if
you
I-
would roll. Let's see here. All right. So turntable. You roll 2d6.
Is it a high or low?
So you got a 7. So a 7.
Average.
Jesus Christ. If the 2d6 turning roll is higher or equal, the turning attempt succeeds. So you're level 4, and what are their hit dice? Their hit dice are 1. I think you might. Oh. Mavis runs into the room and brandishes her holy symbol of Soman, the archer, and these guys are destroyed upon seeing
cool. Yay.
the holy symbol.
Okay,
Good news,
Mavis.
everybody.
I think someone is trying to become the person that enters the room first. Way to step up there.
If we're expecting undead, we're gonna send Mavis in first. Fuck these guys. So yeah, these guys. So the last 2 skeletons, Mavis comes in. They explode into dust.
Yeah, should have gone to church, not skellies.
Yeah.
See, going to church does have its benefits. Just-
Any kind of treasure or loot, secret compartments or anything?
But that'll
Was it-
work on the zombies too, by the way.
I'm sorry. What was the other question?
Would that have worked on the zombies?
It would have. Yes.
I knew it worked on undead, but I thought it was once a day, and I was like, oh, we can take these guys.
No, it's
But yeah,
once per encounter. Yeah.
that's pretty
and-
great. I'm gonna
And
use
there,
them a lot
it
more.
is the once per encounter actually is an optional rule. Originally in OSC and first edition, they could just keep trying, and I find that ridiculous. It's like, no, you get to try once. If it fails, or sometimes it'll kill 1 or 2 of them, or one or two of them will flee. All right, that's enough. Then combat ensues. But yeah,
No.
so you don't find anything else in here. But there is this hallway that with these 3 doors to the east and a door to the north.
First, I'm looking for traps as I'm rolling up there. I believe I found them. If this door is locked, I can tell you that it's no longer locked. And then I'm going to move.
So
not quietly at all.
This door is not locked, but it is swollen from water damage and stuck in the jam.
And so I rolled a 6 to open it.
Then we might have to do the crowbar thing with a swollen door.
Well, that might help, but
Or does the chime of opening work on locks or just anything closed?
it's just locked. So what is
okay.
Borman's strength?
Borman has strength of 15, I believe.
And you rolled, what did you roll on your d6?
A 6.
So Borman tries to open the door and is like, ow, my shoulder. Like, you bounce right off.
Sorry, I go, well,
Pushes him out the way.
Yeah, I'll move right back here and be like, it must need a cleric.
Yes, the cleric fixes everything now.
Ah, son of a... I rolled a 6 as well.
Oh, Gentry, the big brawny half-orc, bounces right off the door. Like, this door, it must be locked.
Needs.
I hold out my sword and I'm like drying it off with my sword. Like, maybe it needs to be dried first. Let's just put a hairdryer on.
Right, yes. Try that.
I still think the cleric could do it.
I will say, if somebody wants to try to use the crowbar with strength, you can. That'll make it a 4 in 6 chance. If you've got 15. Oh, there you go. So yeah, you kind of wedge it, and you are able to open this door.
I told you. Just saying. You can't deny it.
And so this room, and technically they're all the same, but dark gray stone floors and walls. There's a 10-foot ceiling with wood beams. There are 2 full-size beds. There is a potbelly stove that sits on the west wall here in the middle of the room. Just a small potbelly stove. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, who is searching the room?
I guess that's my job first, to look for traps and all that. So that's just a wonderful time. So yeah, I kind of look on in the room, and then I'm gonna not move quietly at all.
Hold on, let me do some math. Okay. So you poke around. There's no traps. You do find a small locked chest under the northern bed. And in the chest, it is not locked. You find 2,000 gold pieces.
Ha ha!
Why are we laughing?
Oh, because you have to write it down
That's your problem, not mine. So 2,000 gold pieces, 300 electrum pieces.
Ooh. These rooms are worth investigating.
1,200 silver pieces.
Yeah, this will go far to the crown.
And 1,500 copper pieces.
Damn.
Yeah. We're going to hire well.
This is another payroll chest. And on top of all of this pile, you see that there is a decaying parchment that was a ledger that shows that this was a payroll intended for the guards of the Western Gatehouse.
Well, we are now the current guards of the Western Gatehouse, and it is time that we get paid.
Right.
Just to the spiritual karma gods out there, just don't want to upset the cleric's god. She opens doors.
Blows up skeletons.
Yeah, fuck all that.
He's technically not a god, he's a saint, but
Well,
close enough.
Surmisal, looking for traps as we move up to the next one, and seeing if it's locked.
it is not locked. And it opens up. This room is very similar, but you don't find anything in there. Hold on, let me look at the map. I'm sorry, what was that?
Take 3, like third time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh well, yeah.
This last room.
I didn't find any traps. But if it was locked, I unlocked it.
Which of you wants to make a D6 roll for the entire party?
I just rolled a 1. The odds of me doing it again suck ass. So pass.
So I'll roll a D6.
Okay.
Roll it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are surprised.
Oh. Well, that's great.
What's that?
As a Thule. So a Thule, I will read you the description of what a Thule is. I don't think you guys, even in 5th edition, I don't think you've run into a Thule before. So a Thule is a magical monstrosity that looks like a hobgoblin, except on close inspection, that combines the powers of ghouls and trolls, and they sometimes live among hobgoblins. It comes out of this little side passage here. It was hiding. It surprises you. Everybody roll initiative.
All right.
Now, the ranger stat sheet says that unless it's a roll of a 1, I'm not surprised.
So you are not surprised. So if you beat the Thule's initiative, the Thule got a 4. If you beat his initiative, you can act first.
Cool. I did not.
It's funny, the dice change colors like every time now.
I know, right? Because
someone's doing something different.
Right. But, gotta grab those different dice.
Yeah, well, seeing how it goes now, Paw.
So is everybody's initiation?
I believe so.
Yep.
Still at a 2 for Jackson.
That suck his ass. Suck its ass.
Yep, that makes sense.
Wasn't that what that cartoon character suffering succotash?
Yes.
Succotash. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's funnier if you say
Sylvester.
Sylvester.
succotash.
Suffering
Yeah.
succotash.
Suffering succotash.
That's right. I didn't know that was a food until I was an adult, though.
Neither
It's
did
pretty
I.
good.
I had no idea what succotash was. And but yeah, Sylvester was my dad's favorite. Sylvester and Yosemite Sam were my dad's favorite cartoon characters growing up. So in the surprise round, so the Thule will get to go and Jackson will get to go. The Thule is going to run out and do Thulish things. And is going... Oh, Thules are fucking dangerous. He gets 2 claw attacks. He's going to attack Borman. And Borman has a -2 AC. The Thule has a THAC0 of 17, which means he needs to hit a 19 or better.
That's what I'm talking about, Paw Paw. Roll low, low whammies. Roll low, low whammies.
That is a miss.
Yes.
That is a miss. Borman parries both of the attacks from this Thule.
You shall not mess up my hair.
Borman, what would you like to do? Or I'm sorry, not
Jackson.
Borman. Jackson.
Jackson's like, why are you guys staring up into space? What the hell?
Yeah, you see Borman like waving his arms around like he's fending something off. Is that a cloud of bees? I don't. What are you doing?
I run up to help. I'm like, what is, dude? Just kill it. Just kill it. And let's see if I actually follow my own advice.
You did not roll a 1, did you?
You sure? You know I did.
You did?
I sure did.
Okay. So the Thule, as Jackson runs up and overreaches, what is Jackson's AC?
4, I think. It's not great.
Okay. Let's see.
The whole -1 because of Dex. Although I keep
Oh my god. The Thule swings and misses on Jackson. There's...
Yeah,
I don't know, if any of you guys get hit, you're going to discover why the Thule is dangerous. And there's worse shit, but...
We're going to do stuff to him.
So we are now into round 1, Borman. What would you like to do? You got this... I'm going to kill you, Thule!
I've got to hit him with my fucking frostband and see how that works out.
Don't act like a Thule.
Yeah, how dare you assault my integrity? And
So
that's a 14.
Okay, so here we go again. Borman, what level is your fighter?
My fighter is 3.
So fighter at level 3 is still THAC0 19. What level is your thief?
Thief is 4.
Let's see what it says for thief. I think thief is still THAC0 19 as well, but let's double check. Yes, so you are THAC0 19, and you rolled a 14.
That's correct.
THAC0 19, 14 hits AC 5, which hits the Thule.
All right, so that will be a D8 plus 2. And 10 points of frostband damage.
Okay.
I told you will not mess up my hair.
Yeah. Fuck you, Thule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you slash out and draw a line across this Thule's chest, and like you can see ribs and stuff. You dig deep, but this Thule is still coming. He has... Well, he might... I don't know. We'll see what happens on his turn. Dentry, what would you like to do?
Dentry is going to move on up to not all the way there, because can't. So I will move to behind Borman.
Okay. Don't worry,
And-
Borman. I got your back. When you fall, I'll catch you.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and throw my axe past Borman. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, you would be at like -2 to throw
Exactly.
over his shoulder. But I mean, you could still do it. I mean,
It's not with the way I've been rolling.
I don't trust this at all. What does Will of the War Dog want to do?
Willow's gonna go bite him in the ass. That's
All right.
his MO, and that's what he loves to do. He loves him some booty. He's obviously a booty dog, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and just roll 2d4 because he knows that a 19 will knock the shit out of this thing.
So he got a 19. He's got Thaco 17.
That's correct.
Yeah, he hits.
For four points of in your anus.
Okay,
damage.
so Will of the War Dog runs up and chows down on Thule ass, and that is the end of the Thule.
Woohoo!
Dun, dun, dun.
Now just think how cool that'd have been with some +1 like dentures.
Yeah, he doesn't. The Thule himself does not have any treasure. This was not. Well, I don't know.
He's got his cubby hole right
Yeah,
there.
he's got a cubby hole. So I will say that is table C.
I think Gentry's the only one that hasn't rolled for treasure yet.
Yeah, somebody can roll. Yeah, somebody can roll a percentage.
Do it,
I
Dentry.
haven't exactly had a great attack.
You want 30% or less.
Do it, Dentry. Roll
All right.
low. Roll low, no whammy.
You know it.
Oh,
Nope, I cannot.
damn it.
Oh,
well.
Well, yeah, it's worth a shot.
All right, so.
Sure, 7-6 is the opposite of what I wanted.
All right, so let's divide up some XP.
Yes. I feel like I'm gonna level up.
We'll
every
break
single
here
one.
for the day. So dividing up the XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Not much.
6, 7.
While you're doing that, I'll put up gold.
You each get 449 XP.
Oh, that's something.
561 gold.
Oh, 561 gold.
Yep.
Okay.
68 electrum.
All right.
287 silver. And $582 copper.
And just so that we're positive, what level is Alora now?
She's gonna level up to 4
Okay,
after
so
this.
so she's still at Thaco 19. We already did Borman. What? We did Jackson, right?
Yeah.
And we did Dentry. What about? Did we do Mavis?
For what?
What level is Mavis?
Mavis is level 4.
So she's still Thaco 19.
Oh wait, I'm wrong. Alora did not level up, but I almost certainly will next round. Okay.
Okay.
My bad.
So we did Dentry, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, you guys, some of you increased in Thaco. That means it's easier for you to hit shit. That's good.
Wait a minute. I got my experience sheets mixed up. Laura did level up. Gosh. Okay.
So if Alora is level 4, she is still Thaco 19.
Okay. Eat it. And I'll have to look up all the stuff about leveling up. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Actually,
need, like,
hold on.
I'm a good bit away from level 4 fighter.
There is one other question for Alora. And maybe Mavis. Hold on. So let's do Mavis first. Mavis. Well, I am going to run down the line. Did Borman level up at all?
No.
Okay. Mavis, the cleric. Mavis is level 4, is that correct?
Yep, pretty close to level 5, but not quite.
So Mavis should have 2 first level spell slots and 1 second level spell slot.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. And classes and races. Octorifest. What level is Alora?
Just leveled up to 4.
So she has 3 first level spell slots and 1 second level spell slot. So Alora gains another first level spell slot that can be found on the witch's spell list.
Cool.
Holy shit.
And also, don't forget, Alora gets to roll a d4 plus her con modifier for additional hit points.
Okay.
That's kind of important.
Jackson's experience is 11,111.3375. It's 11111.
So Jackson. I'm sorry. What's Jackson's XP?
11,111.
So you are level 4.
I am.
So you get to roll an additional D8 plus con for hit points.
Oh no, he was level 4 when we started today.
Did you already add hit points?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So your Thaco is 17.
Uh-huh.
But here is a major change. Your saving throws change.
Oh, they do. You're right.
So death is 10, wands is 11, poison is 12, breath is 13, and spells is 14.
I will update those. I did the other stuff, but I didn't do that.
And actually, that's kind of important. Let's see.
You should have also gotten like another weapon specialty at level 4 fighter as well.
That's true. So,
you know, like cleave or any other things are cool. But...
yeah, so issue 1 of Carcass Crawler says... Let's see here. Combat.
I'm supposed to do something to my fighter at level 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you get, let's see. No, 5th level.
Oh, okay.
5th level, they get another combat talent.
Oh, there, I tried. Sorry.
So close, yet so far. My fighter's been at level 4 for a while, so I haven't had to make any changes to him for a minute.
Well, let's see. Mavis at level 4. Hold on here. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Mavis at level 4. Her saving throws do not change. Or I'm sorry, Alora at level 4. Her saves don't change. What level is Mavis though?
Still 4.
She's still at Thaco 19, and your saving throws are the same. Okay. All right. So we are updated, and we will pick this up next week as you guys continue. There is this northern door that continues deeper into the castle.
Yeah, but we've started our clearing of the castle.
Yes.
There we
Cool. Looking forward to it. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. I will see you next week at 12 o'clock.
See you next week.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys.
You too.